All right. So we are the Habit VR Escape Room project. We are from the Menro Meyer Institute, the virtual reality laboratory down on UNMC's campus. Just a little bit of background on the sponsor. Like I said, we're part of the Departments of Occupational and Physical Therapy down at the Menro Meyer Institute. The main contact is me, James Geringer. My background is I did computer engineering, and then followed that up with a doctorate in medical sciences from the Med Center. I'm a faculty member down at the Menro Meyer Institute, focusing my research on assistive technology, specifically looking to see how we can use virtual reality to change how we deliver different therapies. So one of the therapies that we deliver down at the Menro Meyer Institute is called Habit Camp, or Hand-Arm Bimanual Intensive Training. You can see here on these photos a few examples of the tasks that these individuals do. This camp is specifically targeted at junior high age and younger kids with cerebral palsy. Individuals with cerebral palsy sometimes have difficulty with their movements, so this therapy focuses on forcing these individuals to practice using both hands to accomplish tasks. So you can see here in these three photos that these individuals, to scoop the sand into cups, to tie this bow, and to put this train together, they have to use both hands to succeed at this. However, this camp is delivered across 2 weeks for 6 hours a day, and you can imagine these young kids, their engagement in these tasks starts to wane after a bit. So we started building virtual reality therapy games inspired by these tasks. So here we have a task, our first one that we built. You can see that you have to launch rockets by pulling a plunger out of the back. This imitated a task where individuals had to pull a tissue out of a paper towel tube. Or this one's a little bit more direct. This is a game where you have to try to keep up with a conveyor belt in which you have to open jars. And that's just the same exact task, because that's a lot of movements put together. And then we also have a third task that imitates scooping that sand into cups like that photo you saw earlier. In this case, these individuals are serving up ice cream to demanding customers. And then we also have a variety of different games that we're developing as we're putting together a larger package of all these games so that we can use this to supplement the therapy camps. Let's see here. All right. So the project that we're asking of you students is we want you to develop VR escape rooms that have scalable difficulty, use the Oculus platform, and then potentially tie these rooms together with some sort of narrative. So that difficulty scaling, what we want is we want these games to be accessible to all the children that we're going to serve. And so there's a bunch of different ways that we can approach this, whether through increasing difficulty of the tasks in these escape rooms with the progression, by changing the number of tasks required to progress through the game, or by even changing the accessibility of the game. So you can see here in the top left corner of this rocket game that we have options so that we can change how the game works. In this example, we play tested with some individuals with cerebral palsy, and one individual couldn't press the trigger on one controller, so they couldn't pull the plunger out of the back. So we have an option so that you only have to pick up the rocket with one hand and then touch the back of the rocket with the other hand to activate it. And this is our team that can help generate ideas for those tasks that you'll have the kids play. We have a team of occupational and physical therapists who are involved with this project, and then also a research team of neuroscientists and research students. And then the reason why we want the Oculus platform is that we're building a package of games with all those other ones that you've seen so far, plus a few more, where the kids can then select through this interface, this kind of sci-fi interface, what game they're going to play, or the therapist could even decide for the individual and prescribe them a certain game to play. And then to deliver that narrative, we have some tools that y'all can use. For example, we have a 3D motion capture system if you wanted to build in some characters, and we have a pipeline set up so that you can take this data all the way into Unity and use it pretty quickly. And then here's just a few examples of the impact. This individual on the left, she was working on balance training, and after about half an hour of balance training, we asked her to test out our game. And you can see at the beginning here, although she's sitting just a little bit, that she's trying to get herself back up so that she can continue to play these games. Working on other skills as in addition to her upper extremity skills. And then this individual, we had him play these games during one of his occupational therapy sessions. And within about 5 minutes of play, the occupational therapists were mentioning that his motor patterns were already starting to change. So there's an incredible chance for impact here. And that's it.